What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about if he's a cheater, is he always a cheater? Okay, so before we even get into this, if you can, please subscribe. Just click the red button below. I'll love you forever, and also check out my services and free ebook, absolutely free. Talks about everything we talk about in my videos in the description below. Okay, so jumping right into this, here's what I want to say. If you want the cream of the crop, if you just want the answer straight up, I'm going to say no, once cheater, not always a cheater, but it's very, 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 very likely he will cheat again. And I'm going to go over 2 reasons why. Number 1, there's a really good book out there I think every woman and guy should read, and it's called The Selfish Gene. And it's basically about, as you know, I always talk about, survival replication, the job of every organism. And to better suit yourself for survival, you have to have advantages over other people, okay? Now, that sounds selfish, but that's just the way it is. And it only sounds selfish because you have morals and values that are based on social constructionism, conformity, standards, media, all these kind of things, okay? So, yeah, it's not. I'm not saying I believe it's wrong to cheat. It is wrong to cheat, but from a logical sense, it's not. From a morally and value sense, it is. But of course, Darwinism, evolution, the universe, and its laws are not based on morals and values. But again, I'm not saying you should cheat. I'm against it too. But here's the thing. Your brain sees the advantages of lying, cheating, stealing. It doesn't see the consequences of it because the consequences are more modern day. Now, of course, if you cheated hundreds of thousands of years ago, or not cheated, but if you stole, yeah, someone would bash a rock over your head. But here's the thing. If I'm sitting here eating a cake, and your piece of cake, and then you come in and you're like, who ate my cake? And I point at, your friend over there, your friend's gonna get in trouble, not me. And my brain picks up the idea of, oh my God, he just literally had his cake and ate it too. Like, he had his cake and he didn't get in trouble for it. That gave me an advantage over you guys, okay? And it filled my brain with serotonin, dopamine, all these great feelings. And your brain likes that. So here's the idea of cheating. Not only does he get double the, a guy or girl really, get double the pleasure, double the fun, the status, the power, the envy, or again, your brain knows this. If you were to leave him, right, let's say he's talking to you and another girl and you leave him, he's not going to be as upset because he's talking to another girl. He's not empty. He's not depleted 100%, right? Only 50% now because you left, okay? So you have to think of it like that. That's how the deep brain thinks. Of course, it's different nowadays because we have like I said, social standards, conformity, constructionism, morals, values, all these things, suppressing it, saying don't do that, it's wrong. So we don't really do it. But like I always say, when you're a low ego man, when you're a very low ego man and you have all these insecurities, and you come from a weak mindset, a weak level, just in general, like you're a basic bitch, you're going to cheat, okay? So that's why I always tell women, if you raise your standards, the guys that come into your life are high standard. If you raise your quality, the guys in your life are high quality. You don't have this low barrier of entry. You don't have these guys coming in. So, that's number 1. The second thing is, going back to the low ego, here's the thing. You can't just, let's say the guy cheats. You can't just go in and say, I don't like that you cheated on me. It hurt my feelings. You do it again, I'm gone. Okay? It takes he's going to say, okay, you're right. And he's going to try, but he's going to cheat later on down the road. And I say that because it takes a certain person with a certain mindset to cheat. Even though the things I said in point 1 are all true, logically it's better if you do that from a survival perspective. But it takes a certain person, this is more the moral ethics sense of it, it takes a certain person to hurt someone like that, to be that selfish, to think me, I'm not worried about her, I'm worried about my own survival, my own status, my own ego, those kind of things. And when you're at that level, that low of a level of an ego, it's hard to bounce back from that. The fact that you just want to hurt, not even hurt him, you don't want to hurt him, but you just don't care. The guy just doesn't care. That's a serious mental condition. So you can't just say, hey, I want you to stop that. I want, you cheated on me, I don't like it. You can't really say that because he's not gonna that's not going to break him out of his, his shell. It's not going to break him out of his low ego. That's not going to build his confidence. That's not going to make him feel like, okay, I understand what I did was wrong. Even though he actually might understand, no, I'll take that back. Even though he might understand what he did was wrong, he's going to do it again because it's over time that, the encounter of you and him arguing and you being hurt, all those feelings are going to subside. It's going to be like it's going to be diluted and fogged in his memory. Later on down the road, he might not care for you as whatever it is, and he's going to do it again. So I'm going to say once a cheater, not always a cheater, but much more likely, just because logically it's like, why wouldn't he if he's in that low ego state? And, again, the brain sees it as logical, like, dude, you're hurt. Like, go get another girl. This girl might be, or let's say you guys are arguing a lot and he's afraid you're leaving. You might leave. He's going to talk to another girl again because it's logical to do that, okay? Not morally right. I'm not saying it's right to cheat, but morally, it's wrong. Logically, it's like, why not, dude? And again, secondly, he's in that low ego state, and it's really hard to get out of that. You just can't snap your fingers and get out of it. You can't catch him and confront him and say, I don't like what you did, and he pops out of it. That's not how it works. It's a much, much deeper issue. That's why I always tell women, a good relationship takes two things, a good man and a good woman. It's hard to find both. It really is. But when you do, again, a relationship, something magical. So with that being said, that's a it's not a short video, it's almost 7 minutes. That being said, there you go. Once a cheater, maybe always a cheater. I don't know. It depends on a lot of things. But with that being said, I love you. Take care and peace.